Good morning, dear students. This is Dr. Savita Sidney. I welcome you all in our next lecture of the subject Economic Zoology, under which we have already finished chapter 1 and 2, and chapter 3, which we have already started, in which we have studied the economic importance of birds, right? Economic importance of birds as a food, uses of birds in the medicines, recreation, even the useful, means all these are said to be the useful birds, right? And birds can be used as a pest control agent, biological agents of pest control, like that number of uses of birds, that is benefits of birds, we have already studied, right? Now in the present lecture we will be studying the economic importance of amphibia. Okay, so everybody knows that the amphibians are nothing but the animals which are adapted themselves to live in dual environment, right? Just like in the water as well as on the land. So those animals said to be the amphibia. Now amphibia, most of them are useful amphibians, right? So let's see one by one their uses for the human benefit. Okay, now economic importance of amphibia, how the amphibians are useful to human. The amphibians can be used in the scientific study. They can be used in the medicines, so they have a medicinal value. They can be used as a food, as a predation. They can be used as a trade, art and recreation. Even poisonous amphibia are also there, right? So let's see all these uses of amphibia one by one. The first, amphibia can be used in the scientific study. So they have got special economic importance as they are used in the scientific study. So frogs are dissected in the laboratories by the school and colleges. See children, not today, but if you go back like in 10 to 15 years back, the frogs were dissected. The dissection of such a vertebrate were allowed, means it was legal for the study purpose, right? And we used to dissect the frogs as a representative member of a vertebrata, and these frogs were dissected in the laboratory for the purpose of studying their physiology, for the purpose of studying their anatomy, working of any specific organ, or observation of any specific organ, even for the preparation of histological slides of various organs, like the histological slides of kidney, skin, lungs, liver, alimentary canal, reproductive system, right? So histological structure of all such organs were prepared, slides were prepared by using the organs of the frog as a representative organs of the vertebrates. Then secondly, they are also used extensively for physiological experiments. Whatever physiological experiments are performed in that model organism, as a model organism, the frogs can be used, right? So just like human pregnancy test, whatever tests were there conducted, even hormones or even medicines, they were first of all tested on the testing animal, or you can say on the model animal. It is not like any hormone or any drug, if it is prepared, then it is directly tested on the human. No, this never happened. They have to test first of all on the laboratory animal, see the result, what is the outcome of the result, and then it was after repeated testing, it was recommended to test on the human. So such a human pregnancy test as well as a pharmacological testing were done first of all on the frogs. Okay, so the frogs or amphibia, they have got the scientific important as a study animal. Now the amphibia as a food. Number of amphibians were used as a food by the human. Millions of frogs are consumed as a food in varieties of countries, not in India, but in other countries. Western country, they used to eat the frogs, right? Then second important, other edible amphibian esteemed as a food are Nectarus. This is the amphibia which is called as a Nectarus, right? You can see here gills, legs, tail. Okay, so this is Nectarus, is also eaten by the human, as well as this is a axolotl larva, or you can say axolotl. It is also eaten, or it is also preferred as a food by the human in America. Even the giant salamander is also being consumed in the Japan. So amphibians, they are consumed as a food, or they are treated as a part of a food in many countries of the world. Amphibia as a predation, used in the predation. So predation is what? Nothing but feeding on the other animal, right? One animal feeding on the other is said to be the predation. Okay, so they are called as a predators. Alright, now frogs and toads are destroyers of noxious insects. If you have seen the frogs and toad, they have got the reversible tongue which is attached to the anterior side, and when it is thrown out thrown outside the mouth cavity or oral cavity, it can extend much forward, capture the prey, that is insects, and again it is withdrawn into the mouth cavity. So frogs and toads, they are feeding on the insects, number of insects. So ultimately they involved in the predation, or they act as a predators to control the pest population of insect, right? Harmful insect is said to be the pest. Now secondly, toads, they have a great value because they live in gardens where insects are most injurious. You might have seen in the garden, number of insects might be observed, some of them feeding on the leaves, some of them in the soil dwelling, some of them on the fruits, right? Flowers. Number of such insects are seen in the garden, and if toads are found to be present in the garden, ultimately it will check the population of the pest organism. And then buffo, in the tropical sugarcane fields, it is found to destroy injurious insects. Okay, so ultimately amphibia like frogs and toads, they are used in the predation, or they have got the economic value as an predator. So the next is amphibians are used in the medicines. They have got the medicinal value. So toads are used in the Chinese medicines. We know that every animal, in short, can be used, can have the medicinal property. Like that, the toads are also used in the Chinese medicines. Even skin of the toad secretes vasoconstrictors, that brings vasoconstrictor substance that brings about the vasocontraction and increases blood pressure, right? So it can be used in the medicines which are used for upgrading the blood pressure in case of people who have often a low blood pressure, right? So it has got the medicinal value too. Then amphibians used as a trade, art, and recreation. How the amphibians, they can be used as in the trade, art, and in the recreation. Let's see. Skin of the frogs are used for the glue, as well as even it is used for the book binding and even making the delicate purses. Now tell me how it can be used in the preparation of a glue, book binding, and delicate purses. Any guesses? Yes, the skin of a frog, if you see, it is a slippery, has got some kind of the mucus glands which secrete some mucus, which is again sticky in nature, right? See, all these applications of the skin or amphibians, they were since long time. Not today we are using as a glue. Okay, we are not using the skin of frog for the preparation of a glue right now, but during long time back, you can say, or ancient period, they were used it like that. Okay, all right. So skin of frogs are used in the preparation of a glue, even for the book binding, as well as in making delicate purses. the skin has been used, right? So amphibians and their larvae provides ideas in the art of American and Indian cultures, right? Amphibians and their larvae provides ideas in the arts of American and Indian culture. So if you see the culture, or you can say Indo-American culture, the older painting, if you see, they were inspired with the amphibians, right? They were inspired with the amphibians. So amphibians were somewhere closely located with the human society, human locality. They were shown in the paintings too. So they have got that again traditional or you can say specific iconic importance. Then toads have played a role in the religious belief of a primitive people since ancient times. So toads, they were used since long time back as an regional, or you can say regional religious animal. It was considered to be the regional religious animal since long time back. If you go back ancient period, during the ancient period, number of such a localities, they were considered toads, or you can say frogs, as in their kind of a god. So bullfrogs are said to participate in a jumping frog contest. Not now, because the frog number of frogs or frog population is almost declined, but during older days when there were number of such a frogs or amphibia population was there, numerous amphibians were there. So at that time the frogs, they were used, they were fighted together, or even they were allowed to jump for the human entertainment, right? So the contest was there in which the frogs were jumping, and the one who jumped faster and longer was the winner, considered to be the winner. So like that, what today we have competition, such a competition were arranged for the animals, these animals, right? And hence these frogs or amphibia, they have got the much importance in human life, right? So the next economic importance of amphibia, poisonous amphibia. Some of the amphibia, they are found to be poisonous, and these poisonous compounds were again used by human for a number of things, right? So like toxic compounds are produced by many amphibia, and these toxic compounds either injurious to human as well as domestic animals. So those toxic varieties of the amphibia, say for example some varieties of the toads, yellow coat colored toads especially, if you found some yellow frog all around somewhere, so you should not touch to the yellow colored frog. Why? Because it's a pigment. Skin contains some kind of a toxic gland which releases a toxic substance, and if it comes in contact with your body surfaces, it can be dangerous. So try to avoid such amphibians which are toxic, producing toxic compounds, just like yellow colored frog. Then poison glands are present in the skin of the frog or amphibia, which act as a defensive structure, defensive organ for the anurans and urodels, means for the frogs and like the salamanders. Okay. Even the poisonous secretions produced by some frogs, just like as well as toads, just like buffotoxin is also one of them, that can be fatal to dogs and cats, right? So not only the amphibians, they are useful to us, they can be eaten, like Nautilus and axolotl, even salamanders were also eaten by the human, as well as frogs can be eaten by the human. Even they are also used in the medicine, preparation of a medicine, even as a model organism for the study. They can be used, as well as they are also used in art and recreation. Varieties of paintings were aspired by using such a kind of amphibians. Even in the older painting, the amphibians were used to be, or were shown to be close to human, right? So apart from that, number of uses of such amphibia are there. especially in older days. And along with that, some of the amphibians, they are poisonous. We have to take care of them also as an animal, right? So dear students, in the next lecture, we will be studying the economic importance of reptiles.